I should say good morning, good afternoon. It's probably both. Just want to make sure if you're out there, you can hear me. Let me know you can hear me and see the screen's okay. And we'll get started. We'll get started in a couple of minutes. I'm a little bit early. So I'll slurp my coffee a little bit and then we'll get started. All right. Still got a couple of minutes to go. Who even heard of WASDE before they got involved with us? I never did. WASDE? What's a WASDE? World Agricultural Supply Demand Estimate, right? World Agricultural Supply and Demand Estimates. Crazy. That's just crazy. I mean, it's not crazy. It's goofy. I mean, no, it's not goofy. It just is. All right, where is everybody? How come if we have a trade room on a Tuesday, it's like people don't get started like they do if there's a Monday start? People are slower to get going. Why is that? I can never figure it out. I never can figure out why people use the trade room, don't use the trade room. Beats me. Should we have a trade room? Do we need a trade room? I really don't know. What's it doing, Fred? Fred, you hanging in? Had some crappy trades lately. It's just, Fred, there's a big lesson, and maybe I should have been even clearer than I was. You can never trust oil and gas. Yeah, I mean, that's the truth. You can never trust oil and gas. Even though, I mean, gas went for a year. Oil has been pretty much a year without a trade like it did last week. But man, it just does what it does. And it is part of the game. Yeah, I made money on natural gas last week too. You made it on the signal like we used to do them, Fred, after the trade? Because it looked like a good signal after the trade. Yeah, I noticed that. Let me start the room. Good morning, everybody. And Chantal, wait, let me see the streaming. I have to refresh my page. There we go. Okay. I want to welcome everybody to the 10-Minute Trades Trade Room. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director at 10-Minute Trades. I'm originally from New York. Today I live in Pennsylvania, and I teach people to trade the futures markets. Hey, I forgot to remove a slide, so I'll say it again. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director for 10-Minute Trades. How do you like that? Twice. Please remember that all trades are for educational purposes. It is possible to lose money trading futures, so please trade carefully. Don't be a wild lunatic. Know what you're doing. All right? I'm the wild lunatic. Everybody else has to act like they know what they're doing. That's the truth. All right. So I was just chatting with one of our members, Fred. how you can trade natural gas for a whole year and it acts beautifully. And then in 1 minute, it'll have 3 stop outs in a row. I mean, it just is the way it is. But what I was saying is, I'm not sure you can ever trust natural gas and oil. Look, even WASDE, Brian, I know you're here, right? So Brian sent me an email that he was unhappy with the daily trade report for the WASDE because the daily trade report said that last month was a winner, and it was not a winner. Last month I got stopped out. But if you traded corn, it was a winner. And that trip to cancel 5 seconds early, I don't know about that. I didn't see that, in all honesty. Corn, Fred, if I remember correctly, Fred, you made money on corn last month. Am I wrong or am I right on the WASDE report? And I do want to welcome all of our YouTube members. We're streaming live from our trade room, so give us a like if you would. I don't even know how many subscribers we have. Chantal, how many YouTube subscribers do we have? Do we have 100,000 yet? Fred, last month you lost money on corn. What time did you enter? Maybe they were both losers last week and my memory is wrong. We need another 485 members. We need 485 more people to sign up on our YouTube channel. Tell all your friends about us, will you? Oh, it's 415. We need 585. All right, let's talk about the trade. Regardless, last month was a loser for WASDE. I got stopped on soybeans. Corn looked very difficult. I'm trading corn. Let me tell you why. Corn has a tendency in general, not to trigger right away. I don't know where Jay is getting his analysis on WASDE, but he's got it wrong this month. So I have to tell him to fix it. All right. Soybeans was a loser last month. I traded it. I got stopped out. It was not a winner. All right. All of the others are correct. Okay. All the others are correct. This bottom part of the DMM, you could ignore it. That has to do with Ninja Trader 7. I got to get that removed from the DMM. We don't use Ninja Trader 7 anymore. I'm going to trade corn. Corn is quieter, a little bit more stable. It's a little bit safer. Sometimes, it won't have a trade. Occasionally, that will happen. But more often than not, the March report is generally one of the better WASDE reports. There's a potential reversal at the high of the day and the PP, and there's a potential reversal at the low of the day on corn. Depends on how your trade works out. And you have the same setup on soybeans. Soybeans generally triggers earlier, but with corn, I don't generally cancel the trade. I don't wait 20 seconds and cancel because we've seen many trades trigger late with corn, okay? Many trades trigger late. Let's look at last month. Let me show you what happened to us. I got stopped. And it hurt. I'm still crying in a corner from it. Hey folks, Thursday, I'm doing a webinar with Rightline Will you do me a giant favor? I don't have the link yet, but when I send the link in an email, please register. Corn triggered early, and there's no way you could have canceled that trade. Not a possibility. You couldn't have canceled it. Soybeans triggered the wrong direction and stopped me out. They triggered long, if I remember. Yeah, soybeans triggered long. I didn't get a chance to get out with a profit, and then it immediately reversed and stopped me out. Corn, if you got in at the right time, I suppose it might have been possible to grab that move, but not at 59. I don't think you could have grabbed it at 59. So I think it was a stop. I think last month was a stop, 100% stop on soybeans. No doubt about it. The month before, January, was also with quarterly grains, which is one of the best trades. And quarterly grains is coming up at the end of March. So I'm looking forward to that. It's the last week in March. That'll be a big mover because it will. So quarterly grains just exploded to the upside, hit the first target, jolted around a little bit on corn. I traded corn because soybeans, the market was unsafe before the report. I don't know if you remember, but soybeans were acting like they already traded a report before the quarterly report came out. That's what it was, Fred. Someone made money entering at 59. And we have changed our corn entry to 59. There's no reason to enter corn at 58 when 9 times out of the last 10, the report doesn't even trigger until after 12. Brian, are you here? Is that satisfactory truth? Now, we will be back after this for the API report. Let's look at December. Okay, Brian, reboot your cable modem. You got plenty of time. Reboot everything. All right. So this was December 10th, WASDE. I was trading soybeans. I moved over to soybeans about 6 months ago, 5 months ago, because they just were moving better than corn. Right now, I think corn's moving a little bit more calmly than soybeans. Good morning, Dave. So December, WASDE, and look, I want to be honest. If I get stopped out and lose money on the WASDE, it's still one of my favorite reports, even if I get stopped. Now, that was a tricky report. I remember some people lost money, some people won money on that report. I made $237 in December, but it was a very difficult move, more difficult on corn than on soybeans. If you look and see what happened, corn shot down and hit the first target. Then it did a very big reversal, but not big enough to the stop. And then if you didn't get out fast enough, you would have gotten stopped out on that second huge reversal. That was the problem. That was the problem. I just got lucky because I was holding my stop and it was not actually officially placed on the chart. So it got ignored and I did not get stopped out. So December was a very difficult trade also, to be honest. November, listen, nobody said any trade would be easy. There's no law that says any trade has to be easy. If you think the market's going to give you money easily, you're dreaming. You have to work and practice. November was easy. I'm serious. It was not a hard trade. That's the kind of trade you want. Look at it. It went so far beyond our targets. Corn and soybeans look good. Both of them. They're the same tick value. So you're not changing, it's not like trading the Canadian dollar versus the euro, where one is $5 and one is 6.25 per tick. Corn and soybeans are $12.50 a tick. Mike, $12.50 a tick, like the S&P, like the mini S&P. All right. You know what's funny, Mike? I didn't even know we had a multi-month trade room deal. Is that crazy, Mike? I didn't even know we had one. I thought the trade room was 1 month at a time. So we hired somebody who's looking at memberships because we've had so many free people that haven't been charged that we had to, and it's so complicated, our new software, we actually had to hire somebody to help us figure out who's a member and who's not. It's not so easy. So please never take it personally if you get an email and I say to you, hey, are you a member? Can you send me an invoice? It's not my fault. I'm not the billing guy. All right? I'm not the billing guy. So please don't ever think it's personal. Sometimes it's because we've changed our systems and we're just trying to get everything organized. All right. So December was a nice winter, but it was tough. November was a nice winter. Let's look at October. October, I remember we did the trade in the Right Line webinar, and soybeans were huge, and I was trading corn, and they didn't move. So that was really too bad, right? I mean, that happens. Anytime you trade live in a webinar, if something can go wrong, it will. But it's fun to trade in a webinar because, man, if it goes right, look at the move on soybeans. It was beautiful. And corn didn't move at all. And I was like sticking there with my thumb in my ears. It was really too bad. I struggled just to get out with a small win. And I got out with a small win. If that, it might have been a small loss. Let's see. Yeah, no, we got out with a small win, but soybeans moved really great in October. But since October, corn's been moving fine. Corn's been moving well. All right, so I'm going to stay with corn today. Soybeans are a little bit quieter this morning, which is funny. So my setup, but I'm going to deviate slightly from the targets in the DMM because I'm going to trade an extra contract. The bracket's 4. And I'm going to trade 3 positions, 1, 1, and 1. And my first target's going to be 5. My second target's going to be 11. And my third target's going to be 23. Okay, because this report really has the potential to move. My stop's going to be 10. So 1 target for 5, 1 target for 11, 1 target for 23. You got to try and be patient in this trade. You got to try. My stop is 10. My stop is 10. My entry time is 11:59:59. Okay. I think it can be 12. We used to be 58. There's that occasional report that will trigger early. There are occasional reports that trigger early. I'm going to trade it real. ZC is corn, WASDE. Okay. Now, I would not trade both instruments at the same time because this usually is a trade that needs management. It's not a simple trade usually. So one more time, my setup, it's a bracket of 4 that I'm using. I will not cancel unless I'm sure the news is out, okay? And you'll know the news is out because you'll get filled. If I get filled early, then I'll probably exit the trade, okay? I probably will exit the trade if I get filled early. Target of 5, target of 11, target of 23, stop of 10. Entry time is 11:59:59. It's a breakout trade. Trading corn, 521 is the contract. Okay. ZC, 521. That's my trade. Let's create a template for it. We'll save a WASDE. ZC, 3 contracts. All right. 3921. All right. So one more time, my setup. So my setup, one more time from the top. Bracket of 4, trading corn, 1 position for 5 ticks, 1 for 11, 1 for 23. Stop of 10. I think we can get 5 and 11 ticks. I think it's very possible. Look at the size of the moves. The moves have been very strong, okay? The moves have been very strong lately. My stop is 10. I'm going to record this. All right. I'm not trading soybeans. They are calmer today. Now, WASDE sometimes has an amazing reversal trade. So I'm going to set one up. I'm not really anticipating taking one because they're really tough. I mean, look, I'm going to set it up. So if I set up a reversal, I would set up one position for 20 ticks and a 20 tick stop. It's like a $250 stop. You have to remember to call it a reversal trade. I'm going to set it up. You know, maybe our trade will be late and we'll only have an opportunity for a reversal. So here's when I might consider taking a reversal. If it got to the PP and the high of the day, that might be a very interesting place to take a trade. Although it's getting very close now. That's the problem. It's getting very close now. I'd rather just get a nice burst. I'd rather just get a nice burst of the trade. Let's check our time by going to the website time.is. Time.is puts me in sync. So I forgot to label my reversal trade. Let's go back in on the strategy and make sure it's labeled. Go to label, reversal, WASDE, corn. Okay. See how it shows? I'm just watching the chart. Soybeans is so much more quiet today. And we will be back at 4 o'clock for WASDE, not WASDE, for API. So who's trading with me? Anybody? Anybody trading with me? Hey Ralph, you never say hello anymore if you're the Ralph I'm thinking of, right? Ralph, it's hard for me to see people in the room these days. That's why I never say hello. Is that you? Dave, you're in. Fred, you're in. Brian, you're in. Ralph, how you been? Are you trading much these days or what? I need your screenshots. I miss your screenshots, Ralph. Yes, and Ralph, I agree with your philosophy. Certain trades. Please send them again and let me know you're here. Jaquan, Jaquan, I bet you're a really funny guy in real life. You know, Jaquan, I thought you were Spanish. I don't know why. I thought you were Spanish from another country just because of your first name. Is that crazy or what? But I know in real life that you are very funny. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? Okay. Hey, half right. I was half right. All I can say is let's keep an eye on corn. Let's keep an eye on America, and let's get America to take care of its people. That's what I say. I'm going to lose my job because I care about people too much. All right. Let's see how this goes today. I'm looking for 5 ticks, 11 ticks. It's the spring planting report. It should have a decent move. But you never know. There's no guarantees. There's no guarantees, folks. We all know that. Time is good. Okay, my computer's in sync. I was watching a very interesting news report this morning about how the next pandemic is going to be not a virus, but a hack. Future pandemics are hacking. Very interesting concept. Look at the size of that hack in December that we discovered. All of our systems were compromised. Our whole world. I mean, if you don't think that somebody in China and Russia doesn't have your high school transcript, then you're dreaming. Now, why would they want my high school transcript? Anyway, it's all F's. Conspiracies everywhere. See, Jaquan, I don't see conspiracies anywhere. I'm being serious. I don't see conspiracies. Things are pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious what's going on. Pretty obvious. All right. Let's see if corn's going to make itself obvious. My kids are grown up, so they know the kind of student I was. I was not a great student. I wasn't bad. Actually, I was good. I was good. I was a good student. Oh, so it whipsawed me out, folks. It whipsawed me out. I had my sim charts on, but it didn't matter. Didn't matter. It went short. It was a whipsaw. And look at soybeans. I wanted to trade soybeans because they were less volatile. And that's two WASDEs in a row, one bad with soybeans, one bad with corn. There's not, it's very difficult to do anything about that. I did not have enough time to take that reversal. But you could see if you traded that just for the reversal, that was a good point for it. And soybeans were better today. I should have recognized that. I could have recognized that. But what happened was I was entered short and filled in the middle of the candle, and it just didn't work. It just did not work. So WASDE soybeans was the way better trade, way better trade. Yeah, very, very frustrating. I'm feeling extremely frustrated because the decision to trade corn was not a bad decision. Corn's been behaving not too badly, better than soybeans. Better than soybeans. But very, very negative. What happened is it filled us short at 43.25 right here. And it did not go far enough and fast enough to reward us. Yes, WASDE can act like corn, like natural gas sometimes. Feeling pretty frustrated. Now, I did not think that it would be so fast that just getting my charts set properly, the reversal was good, but my charts weren't ready. So let's look at the trade. You'll see what I mean. So soybeans way, way better today. Corn just did not work. Corn just did not work. It filled short, didn't hit the targets, and reversed. And you can see it. You can see what happened. It filled down. Prior to getting my charts on the right setup. Frustrating, but look at soybeans were perfect, quiet, and calm. So I did not let the market tell me what to trade today, and that was the mistake. Soybeans, much calmer, much calmer. So very, very, just bad luck, folks. Bad luck today. Bad luck. All right, look, we'll be back at 4 o'clock for API. Be back at 4 o'clock for API. But look at the reversal. If you only traded the reversal, you might have had time if you only traded the reversal. Right there, you could have taken that reversal at the PP. That was a perfect reversal. And soybeans just were perfect. Calm and perfect. Soybeans were calm and perfect. You just don't know. That's the problem. There's no way to know. But I'm going to take that back. The thing to do possibly in the future, and I'm going to try it a couple of times because it won't hurt us, is to trade the calmer index. I'm going to try that a couple of times, except at the end of March. The end of March, the quarterly grain report, I'm going to trade corn. I am going to trade corn. So that's a shame, folks. Sorry about that. I really am sorry. Very disappointing. Did anyone trade soybeans? Anybody trade soybeans? You know, just because I'm doing something doesn't mean you've got to do it. We've said that a million times. Anybody trading? No one traded soybeans? All right, folks. I'll see everybody at 4. The reason I don't do both of them, Chantal, is because sometimes it's a very difficult trade to manage. But maybe what I'll do is a combination of that. Not quite that, but something that lets me trade both at the same time. Because soybeans, you didn't even have to watch them today. Soybeans, you just didn't have to watch them today. But there is a risk. There's a risk of losing both trades if you trade two reports. All right, I'll see everybody at 4 o'clock, folks. I'll see you at 4.